Okay. My audience will not let me get out of asking this question, but we got to talk about the Benjamins. So, how much does the pay? Well, how does the pay work on ACX, and like how much do audiobook narrators like tend to make in
Okay.
your experience?
Okay. All right. So follow me here. So there's three types of contracts. So there's the flat rate contract where you're offered a flat rate. This is how much you're going to get paid. So normally I know for like actors, like people that are in like actors unions, they
Mhm.
have a union minimum of $250 that they can get paid. So for that flat rate contract, expect to get paid probably somewhere under that for a flat rate. And, but also consider how long the book is going to be.
Mhm.
And just think about how much your time is worth, like whether or not you are going to accept that contract. The other one is um, is a royalty share. So that's the type of contract that I got. And basically, you're splitting the royalties with the author. So ACX gets their portion out, and then your split of the royalties is usually somewhere around 20% of the book sale. So then you have the royalty share plus, and
Mm.
that's basically the best type of contract. So that is a combination of the flat rate and the royalty share contract. So you will get a flat rate plus you'll collect royalties. And I should point out the royalties when you get them from ACX is for 7 years, 7 years from when the book is published. That's how long you can collect royalties. So when it comes to how much you can actually make, when it comes to royalty share or royalty share plus, that will completely depend on how well the book sells. So yeah, so those are some, some things to keep in mind. People all often think like, okay, I can just read this book and just be done with it. No, if you're smart, you're going to advertise that book. You're going to push that book. You're going to try to get that book out there so other people know about it so that you can get more money. So
Right.
that's the most important thing. Like once your book is done, do not sleep on it. Like just make sure you continuously push it, or at least every once in a while continue to push it. And you never know when you might end up with spikes as well when it comes to the sales, because actually I knew somebody that actually was an author. They weren't a narrator, but they put a book out and that book became popular at one point, and it was years after they created the book. And it was because somebody mentioned their book. It was a professor had mentioned their book to their class,
Mhm.
and so the class started buying it, and from there sales started coming up. So you never know when your book might grow, or if that author suddenly becomes popular or you become popular or anything. So
Mhm.
just make sure that whatever you do, try to make sure you advertise that book, push that book yourself, and that way you can collect as much money as possible. So there's no limit to how much you can make on it, but other than that 7 year limitation. But yeah, so basically it's entirely up to you, unless it's a flat rate, and that at that point would depend on your negotiation skills.
I like that. It'll depend on your negotiation skills, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's very true. So swinging back to how narrators get paid, in your opinion, what should a newbie go for if they're just starting with ACX? Should they go for the royalty split, the flat rate, or the mix of the two?
Definitely the royalty share plus, which is the
Hmm.
combination, if they can get it.
Okay.
Chances are, if you get when you get your first contract, like unless you filter it out, because on the ACX website, you can filter what types of contracts that you're open to accepting. Um, but the majority of the books that will be available to you, or the majority of auditions, would be that royalty share contract. And the reason why you can expect that is because authors don't have to put out the money in order to have you narrate that book. So they're just splitting the royalties with you, just like, you didn't put the money into it, they didn't put the money into it. ACX is taking their portion, and then you two have to split the rest. But with that flat rate or the royalty share plus, they have to pay you money out of their pocket. So, I mean, how many people are going to want to do that voluntarily? No, it's like I can have them do this book and I don't have to put out any money. All I could do is sit back and collect my royalties. So, yeah, so that is what most people are, most of the authors on there are going to do.
Sup everyone, y'all just watched a clip from one of the episodes of the Side Hustler Society podcast. If you want to check out the full episode, you can click on the link in the description right now or click on the video that's showing in the end screen. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified when another episode drops, and a thumbs up on this video is very much appreciated. I'll catch you in the next one.